Hello, everybody, and welcome to season 3 of what I would call the Radical Podcast right now. I'm here with my good friend X. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing very good. I'm glad we're here.
Yeah.
Going for season 3 right now.
Yep.
And I'm very hyped for this. Let's roll into it, man.
All right, so first thing I want to talk about is the controversial series, to me at least, Castlevania, man. Have you watched
It's so good.
Yeah?
It's so good. I've seen every single thing. Great on Netflix.
Right.
Great to binge watch.
Yeah. I'm glad you caught up. So we just finished season 3. It took a long time for it to get here. Unfortunately, I was really hurting for it, but it got here unexpected. It came like out of nowhere. Like they said, like 2 weeks here, season 3. Like I was like, wow, okay, so cool. I watched it, and we already know it's crazy with the topics. I would say the character of this season, it wasn't Trevor.
No, it was not.
It was Isaac and Saint Germain, man. Those characters really stood out this season.
Didn't expect it coming. Learning Isaac's backstory and everything like that is crazy. Of course, you're learning about slavery. You're watching him get whipped. You're watching him getting treated like crap. You're watching him how he really evolves from being a forge master and everything like that. Saint Germain, coolest dude. And the time travel and all that stuff. And I think one thing we should say right now, and you better put this in the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about spoilers. So that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I'll give you 5 seconds. There you go.
All right. Well, obviously, one of the big things in this season to me was Hector, man. I mean, I couldn't believe Hector just... the way he got treated this season, and it was his fault.
It's his fault, yeah.
It's his fault. But, when I saw that scene where he grabbed Lenore, and it felt like even when he grabbed her, I felt like she let him do it, in a way. It was weird.
Let him do what?
When he grabbed her through the bars and I'll rip your throat out and everything.
I don't think she let him do it.
You think he caught her by surprise? Well,
yes.
Obviously. Okay.
Yes. And then she had to remind him that, yo, I'm not as pretty and dainty as I am. I can still kick the crap out of you.
And that she did.
Yeah.
It was a brutal scene. I think the scene that tripped me out the most, not when she came in the cell and karate kicked him, was the part where she came behind him and lifted him up, and you see his feet fly up in the air. I was like, man, that was insane. It shows you how strong the vampires are, and she's still beating them up after that.
And she's made to look like a little girl. Yeah.
Do you think that really?
Not okay. When I mean little girl, I don't mean 8-year-old girl. I mean
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
A dainty woman. When you see Carmela, you see kind of like conniving warrior kind of deal. When you see Strega, right? Strega's like, I am big bull dyke.
Viking shit.
Yeah. There it is. And then I forget the other girl that's that
no one ever remembers.
That no one ever remembers and is going to be forgotten.
Yeah,
she's gonna be forgotten. No one's gonna care about her. She's the love interest of Strega is who we're talking about.
Okay, so going into the whole thing with Hector though, man, because we got a lot of things to talk about with it. Lenore, I feel like Lenore was kind of really they did this whole process when they're kind of they broke him down and they were kind of building him back up. It's so weird, you know what I mean?
I would say it goes back a little further. First, Carmela gets a hold of him, right? And so Carmela's like, all right, hey, come help us be our forge master and all this stuff, and it's gonna be great. And then when she sees her entire army die, remember the guy goes into the water, baptizes and all that stuff, everyone dies, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah,
that was really, really genius, right? She puts the collar around him and marches him for forever till they march back to the castle, right? So it's the plan was set by Carmela, and if you watch it, Strega says this. Strega says every time we have Carmela around, she has her little shenanigans that she pulls off, and then it's for us to do the work. She always sets it up like that. So Carmela had set that up. You're talking about Lenore. So then when it gets into Lenore is the one that's oh yeah, you're naked and you're eating crap. Here, I'll give you some clothes and some shoes, and here's an apple,
Yeah, but I was getting into that process. Lenore knows the plan, so they broke them down. Now they're building them back up, and that's where she comes in. With the whole thing with her, man, I mean, it's a lot of people in the that watch the show. They're They're so simpy, dude. Like they love the situation that Hector's in. Like they want to be in that situation. Like, are you kidding me?
Who is saying that, Reggie?
All kind of people in the comments.
I've never heard anyone say that.
Okay, so I need to put the comments on here so people can see. I'll show you guys what people are saying in the video here.
Have the receipts.
Yeah, pretty much. And people are like, they just want to be in that position. I'm like, man, you want to be a slave to a woman? That's insane. But I feel like there's going to be, with the whole thing with Lenore and Hector, and I talked to you about this before, how like you don't think she really cares for him. She doesn't. Like he's the pet, whatever, right?
Right.
Yeah, but this is the thing, though, man. When she's having sex with him, right? So when people,
it's a hot scene. It's a hot scene. It's a hot scene.
But when people,
if you love anime, it's some good cheek busting. It's some good cheek busting. Yeah.
When people continue to have sex with each other, especially, she has no other people going on, he has no other people, they start to catch feelings. And I think that's what's going to happen with her. I really do. I know you guys are thinking that she's too smart.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think people want that. I don't think that's going to happen. She going to break him down even further.
Even further?
Even further. She will break him down even further. Because okay, like if you really think of the writing of all of this, it's like all pro woman girl power and everything, which it's like you're a couple years late for that kind of train to go out. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so now they're playing the angle with this is like, hey, it's BDSM. It's BDSM, but not a man doing it to a woman. 50 Shades of Grey style. It's opposite. It's opposite. I'm being serious. It's opposite. That's the writing. So they're like, okay, we're gonna take you have to. I hate to say it like this and be like a total otaku or a total weeb, but you got to look at it anime style, right? You have this yaoi boy looking guy. Okay, get him naked, put a chain on him. Girls are gonna go crazy over this. Oh, look, you can dominate this guy. That's the angle for this little side story is, right? She's not gonna fall in love with him. What she's gonna do is break him down, and eventually, this is my theory, grown man theory. She's gonna break him down. He needs to realize, which he will, that he truly has the power. So, you ever heard of the master slave concept? Okay, for those who don't know it, master slave concept says the slave is the one who has all the power. The second the slave says, I'm not going to be your slave anymore, master has no power. That's going to happen because he's the forge master. They don't have another forge master. They're building the legion off of the forge master. So if he's dead, can't do anything. So Lenore has to treat him well, has to keep him alive. That's the whole thing, alive, for everything to go well. We just don't know about the ring. How he's going to get that off.
We got to cut the finger off. No, I'm just kidding. That's not going to help.
Cut the hand off.
Well, it's in the bloodline now, so it's attached to his bloodline. So you saw what the ring did when it attached to him.
I didn't know that, the bloodline thing. I just thought it imprisoned him or something like that.
Well, maybe there's more to it. I mean, obviously we only saw small tidbits of it, but I think there's more to it. So I don't think it'll be that easy for him to take it off. But I think that's what people are looking forward to the next season between Hector and her. That's
I think everyone is looking for definitely they're the big cliffhanger.
Yep.
I think the other cliffhanger is Isaac approaching the castle.
Isaac, man, this season, dude, they really went all out for him, and they really expanded on his character, especially that scene where he was talking to one of his monsters.
When they're in the desert?
When they're in the desert in the fire, he's talking to one of them because the monsters telling him that he used to about his former life and everything. Yeah. That was a good scene. The whole thing with Legion, appearing Legion, that was awesome. Yeah. I mean they really went all out. I'm looking forward to his character next season. How he's gonna turn out.
I really hope he doesn't die, dude.
I don't think so.
He doesn't die.
He's too much right now. I mean, they could offer my guess, but it just wouldn't make any sense, to be honest. But
he's going up there. I don't know. I don't want him to die. And he's do we know his motive yet? It's going to get Hector?
His motive was to get revenge on Hector and Carmela because they betrayed Dracula, I believe. Right. I don't know how far. I can't remember how far, if he feels that Hector is the one that... Yeah, he does feel Hector betrayed him, so I think he's after Hector as well. He's not going to rescue him.
I don't think there's any way he can resurrect Dracula.
Not himself, but he's more to get revenge for him. You know what I mean? So that's his motive right now, and it's a strong motive. is a very strong character right now. I'm very impressed with him. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with him next season. As far as other characters like Trevor and Cypher, I felt like they were kind of on the back burner this season. In
Yeah, their storyline sucked.
Yeah,
the storyline sucked. And to be honest, I feel like Castlevania can continue, and you don't even have to mention them.
You don't have to show them anymore.
Well, what they should do is go back to your favorite character, Alucard.
Alucard, his situation this season was really weird, man, because it shows us he's actually a kid.
Could you say it was he was in a tough situation?
Yeah, let's just say he was a little tied up. But anyways, he was. I just felt like his character, like,
what happened to him? What happened?
You want me to go straight to it?
Yes,
huh?
Go straight to it.
So basically, you got spoilers obviously, but anyways, he met two humans that he befriended, and he was teaching them
Japanese people.
Yeah, he was teaching them art, like the history of the castles, teaching them how to fight vampires and all that stuff.
Well, they came to him asking him like
for help. Yeah, and he did. He was kind enough to do that, and I thought they were pretty legit at first. Mm-hmm. Then they started asking quite too many crazy questions and demanding that he teach them, that he was hiding stuff from them or whatever like that. When he was chill out,
I think he was, but it's like I can't teach you everything at once.
Yeah, he was going in order. He was trusting them, but they couldn't take that. So one night he was sleeping in his room, and
their brother and sister
came in together and seduced him. And that scene, man, I was like, dude, like I wasn't ready for that. I turned my head.
It was great.
But in the scene, though, they were actually going to kill Alucard, which was messed up. But before that, though, they asked him, have you used magical weapons before or whatever like that, or something like that. Was that the question? Yeah, they asked him about like magic weapons or whatever like that, and he said his father doesn't use them or whatever like that.
Yeah, his father, he mentions that his father said they were like silly toys, and you don't have to use them.
Right.
Yeah, but if you played Symphony of the Night, Alucard uses a sword and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't say he didn't, and that's what saved him allegedly. Like that magic sword that he uses in Symphony of the Night killed both of them and freed him. And after that, you see his character kind of change immediately. You know what I mean? Like he has that look of Dracula's like distrust on his face towards the end of the season.
So that's like the coolest thing. This is why I say like they need to have Alucard more. I didn't even feel they had Alucard that much in this season or in the season before. He's killing his dad and stuff, but it's like, I don't know.
I felt he was in it enough. I mean, if you want to see the season, he's not very in. It was the first season. He was in like one scene with Dracula.
Is at the very end? Yeah.
No, he's in the scene in the beginning of the first episode, I believe. Then he's in the scene in the last episode when they come and get him. And that's it. Yeah. So, going to another character, I'm trying to think of Cypher and Trevor. Obviously, they're on the back burner again.
They were just like, oh, we came to this little town and the devil's here, or it was more like aliens were there. You know what I'm talking about? It was like his alien cult. An alien came out of the sky, turned people into weird things, and then what was crazy awesome? You know how they were making the marks on all the houses, and then you just see like there's like a family having a nice dinner, and then they're just like burst into flames. It was great. It was great.
One of the things that tripped me out too was that when we were fighting that monster in the beginning, and that monster jumped into the church, and that whole church lit up, and then those guys were pretty much like indoctrinated. That was insane, dude.
Yeah. And then he's like crucified up in the thing. Like when Saint Germain goes down there, Saint Germain's
the monster was
sick,
was trying to be the catalyst, I believe, to bring Dracula back. Is what I remember. So that was insane. That monster looked demonic as hell, dude. And I was like, ugh. God.
So talk about that, like art style, brilliant.
Yeah,
brilliant.
I agree.
Brilliant. What was jacked up was the mayor or the judge. I think that's what his name was.
Yeah, man. When you found out about him, man, that was just too much for me, dude. I was like, dude, like he would he see a kid running around, say, hey, go play by this apple tree out there. You get an apple or whatever like that. But and then we found out what was going on with that towards the last episode.
Tell him.
So basically, if you ran out there, it was a trap. You would fall into a spike pit and die, obviously. He was killing kids in the town.
Because he was pissed at them?
Yeah, he just didn't like kids or whatever, and he was killing them. It was messed up. So, and he would keep souvenirs of them, too.
Their shoes.
Yeah, their shoes in his house.
Like a serial killer.
Yeah, just like a serial killer. Yeah. And Trevor and Cypher found that, and it tripped them out, and now their characters are changed, too, towards the end of the season. So,
because he told him, burn my house, and he's like, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. And then they're like, let's go inside the house.
Why do you think he told him to burn the house? So he don't want to know his secret?
Yeah. It'd be like if OJ went to you and was like, yo, Reggie, my last dying wish, go burn my house. And you're like, all right, OJ. And then you go in there and you just see like bloody gloves all over the place. You know, like for real. You know, I think what was great at the end of that episode was that he told that dude that stabbed him in the chest, he's like, run, escape.
Yeah, he's trying to trigger me.
Yeah, and then like the priest guy's like, and then you see him fall and he gets fucked.
Yeah, he gets fucked. He's gonna meet him again in hell.
Who else? Saint Germain. We talked about Saint Germain.
We did not talk about Saint Germain, the man of the hour. Saint Germain.
Yeah.
I'll let you take over with this one, man.
So, if you guys don't know, Saint Germain is in which Castlevania is Saint Germain in? Lament of Innocence.
The first one I seen him was Curse of Darkness.
Curse of Darkness. Okay, so he's a Curse of Darkness, but you guys have to realize that Saint Germain is a real person, or was a real person.
Right.
And the crazy thing is that he traveled all over the world, with the rich, party with the richest of the richest, studied with the like smartest of the smartest. Mm-hmm. But according to like his history, he lived for like 100 years, like 112 years or something like that. Mm-hmm. Guys, hit Google, okay? Like I don't know everything, but go there. But he had like this stone, and he could like see things and put it next to things, and then he's like time traveling through shit, right? And that's like the coolest scene. So like, if you're into like conspiracy theories and like how the pyramids are made and just aliens and stuff, like, because you know a lot of people say aliens help build the pyramids and all that stuff, Incans and Mayans. Like, remember the scene? He does this thing where he takes that little stone and it opens up a portal, and you see like the Mayans ready to sacrifice someone at a temple and stuff like that. It's just super trippy. It's just super crazy. And he jumps through the portal.
That portal scene was really like well done. I mean, he was asleep, and all of a sudden he turns upside down. He's just going through it. It was the one I liked the most.
And he's like, "Thank you."
The one I liked the most is when he was looking down and showed those people run towards the pyramid. They're running from something.
Yeah,
that scene. I don't know why it tripped me out, but it makes me want to know what was going on there. That was so freaking cool, man.
And then who's in the portal is Dracula and his wife.
When he goes back into that portal, is Dracula? Was that the same spot before the beginning part, or because I'm talking about the part where he was asleep? Oh, and then he's having a dream, and then he's going through the dream. Yeah, and he's seeing all that stuff. But you're talking about later when he goes through the portal.
I'm talking when he goes through the portal, because remember he there's like a woman figure and you don't know, and he's like, I gotta go find. I think he says I gotta go find that person. I don't think he says he has to find her, but you can tell it's a woman.
Yeah,
you know, looks like it's a woman. But he jumps through it, and it's like, are we ever going to see Saint Germain again?
Oh yeah, definitely. He said, "I'll see you again." He knows. I think he knows what he's doing somewhat. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
But going to that scene now, I just want to talk about what we saw on the other end of that portal. Yeah, Dracula and his wife.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. I don't think that was hell. Some people say that was hell.
Yeah, and by some people, Big Boss. You guys will figure out who. I just
don't think it was hell, because I think hell.
I don't think it was hell either.
They were together. You know, he was with his wife, and
nothing was on fire.
Nothing was on fire. They weren't hurting. They were holding each other, which is romantic. He loves his wife. I just think they got stuck somewhere, and obviously I don't know. I have no idea.
You know what I'm starting to think it was? Follow me with this.
Yeah.
Remember, the whole thing is that Dracula wants to kill off all of the all the humans, and he's just doing it in anger. Now, if you remember, Camilla says like, you're just another old man. You're just another old man that's angry, and you're senile, and you have no plans for nothing. Carmilla is trying to build an empire where they can corner off humans and then turn the humans into livestock for the vampires. Ugh. So you keep that in mind, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm starting to think that maybe that's what the Earth looks like after all the humans are dead.
Wow.
There's nothing. And all he has is his wife and nothing else. So maybe that is his hell.
I like that theory.
It just popped to me when you were saying it's not hell. And I was like, yeah, because it's desolate. And remember we talked about... So guys, we talked like at 2 o'clock in the morning at a Denny's about this for like 45 minutes. This is why we're doing this topic, right? If you watch the scene, it's desolate. It looks like post-apocalyptic, like Fist of the North Star shit, right? Yeah. And it's just him and his wife hugging each other. There's no Alucard there. There's no baby there at all.
There's nobody there.
So he would turn his wife at a certain point. Like, he would have turned his wife vampire.
Don't think so.
He was just going to let her get old and die? No way. No way.
If he has closure with her, he didn't have closure with his wife. Remember, he went on that quest that she told him to go walk the earth, and
Yeah, but he would have came back, and everything would be. That was his whole thing. I would have came back, everything would have been fine.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, some people.
He told her to live as a human. He told her. She told him to live as a human.
And I think that was happening for him.
Yeah.
So I think he would have been able to accept her dying of old age. I mean, I could be wrong. Who knows? But what he couldn't accept was her being murdered like she was. And I get his pain.
I feel you.
That scene was brutal, man. You remember that? That was horrible.
Yeah.
And we saw what they did to her in season 2. How they dragged her. They accused her of nothing. Just being a witch and doing all this crazy stuff, and then burning her alive. That's a horrible death, man. I mean, that's just brutal.
And it happened without him even knowing. So he's coming home thinking everything.
It was after the fact, dude. Yeah. And it was so messed up, man. You're actually rooting for Dracula when he's going after the people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like when he's going after the priest and everything.
They tore those people apart, man. Mm-hmm. I was like, whew, man.
But like
he warned them to leave. They didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
So give them a warning. A year.
They
didn't take it.
And then remember on the year they go and celebrate it.
Yeah, and he came back.
Like, we're gonna celebrate the day we killed this bitch, and it's like
he came out of
fire coming up everyone's ass.
Yeah, he got him good, man. I suggest people go watch that episode. That was, I believe,
that
was
the first season.
It was episode 1 when it happened?
Probably 1. Yeah. That's how we learned about Dracula, right?
Yeah. But the series is great so far. I think we talked about everybody so far that we are interested in season 3. Mm-hmm. Where do you think they're gonna go with season 4 when it comes to just Trevor and Alucard and just because they're the ones that all ones out in a way,
right?
We know where they're going to Isaac, Hector, obviously, Camilla. We know their plans.
So I think it all depends on how many episodes they're gonna put out. If they put out 4 episodes, we're not gonna see that much of them.
They're gonna do a regular season of about 10 episodes. Okay. They need to get to the meat of the series.
I think what's gonna happen is they have to have the battle between Isaac's Legion and whatever the hell comes.
It's gotta happen.
That's gonna happen. That will happen first. Then what will happen is word of that will go to the Belmont and I forget her name. The girl he's always piping.
Sypha,
yeah. Yeah. And then they're going to have to go get Alucard, and then they'll go to them. That's what I think. But I think what will also happen is by the time they get to Alucard, Alucard's like, all right, I got to fix the castle. Because remember, like, the castle's all melted and you can't move it and stuff like that. So he'll move it somewhere and then...
What do you think is going to happen with Trevor? I mean, not Trevor, but Hector. You think he's going to stand on his own this time? He's going to realize his value?
Yeah. He will.
You think they'll stop beating him up and enslaving him?
So, expect a lot of sex scenes.
You think he's going to still have a sex with...
Oh, yeah. You know what's one of my favorite lines out of that entire sex scene? When it's after, right? They have sex, and she introduces, Hector to all the other vampires, and all the vampires are like, "What are you doing with this like disgusting human?" Mm-hmm. She's like, "He's my pet now. He pledged his loyalty while he was inside of me." That is the best. That is the best. That is the best. That is the best. That's the best line. And then they're all grossed out. I think the other best line that I liked was Strega. Strega's like, Lenore and her human pet. All she wants to do is have sex with him and take him for walkies. And
wow.
It's like,
wow.
I thought it was great. Really fun writing.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fun writing. But okay, here's the thing with Hector though.
All right.
He's not gonna want to have sex with her after that. After what she did to him, slave ring. You think he's gonna still want to?
So this is the thing. Okay. And she said, I think I'm gonna even teach him sex because he's pretty good at it. She said that. So yeah, but they're gonna have sex.
He's not
how I don't know, but they're going to have sex. That's expected.
Very interesting to see how this turns out. I want to see what's gonna happen.
Cheeks will be busted. Cheeks will be busted.